Hey everyone, it's Lexi and I'm back with another video. I hope the lighting isn't too bad in this. I'm filming at night, which I pretty much never do. Well, I never did with my old camera, but I'm hoping with this one that it's okay a little bit. This is going to be my resolutions of 2014 video. I have my little list of all the things that I want to accomplish next year, and I've split it up into two categories, one of which is all bookish and YouTube writing related things, and then just my other generic category, which I will tell you guys about later. But at the beginning, I'm going to talk about all the bookish things that I want to accomplish in this new year. So I didn't set a Goodreads goal for this year, mainly because I have done it the past 2 years and I haven't achieved it either year. And I feel like I should just try to read more books that I like instead of trying to read a certain amount of books. So that's going to be my goal instead. I did set a couple like individual category genre type goals that I wanted to read, and yeah, I'll just get started and talk to you guys about my resolutions. So my first bookish resolution is to read 5 adult novels in the year of 2014, and I have 3 picked out right here that I would like to get to. The first adult novel I want to get to is The Paris Wife by Paula McLain, The Rose Garden by Susanna Kearsley, and The 13th Tale by Diane Setterfield. Number 2 on my list of bookish resolutions is to read at least 3 classics this year, but not for school. I picked a couple that I want to get to this year. Of course, the list is still open to interpretation, but I would love to read Alice in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll, and I have this gorgeous edition, and I feel like it shouldn't take me that long to read, but I've never read Alice in Wonderland, and that's a problem because I love all the film adaptations, and I'm kind of a loser for never having read the actual book, so there it is. I would also love to read Dracula by Bram Stoker. There's a couple other classics I want to read, but those are 2 of the biggest ones. Number 3 on my list of bookish resolutions is to finish at least 3 series this year. A lot of people are making bigger goals, like finishing 10 series or trilogies throughout the year, but I pretty much never ever finish a series, so I'm gonna stick to 3 and see if I can achieve that. I mean, if I can go past it, that's awesome, but for right now, 3 is my goal. And 2 of the series that I really want to finish this year are the Vampire Academy series by Rochelle Mead. This is the 5th book in the series, Spiritbound. I have yet to purchase the last book, which is Last Sacrifice, but I love this series and I'm pretty sure that I can finish it this year since I've heard that the last book is the best one in the entire series. So there you go. And another one that a lot of people have already finished, but I unfortunately haven't, is the Divergent trilogy by Veronica Roth. This is the final book in the series, which is Allegiant, and I started reading this right when it came out, but I got really anxious about it and I was not thinking clearly when I was reading it. I kind of got clouded judgment because everybody was saying that the ending was awful and that they were just not happy with it, and I think I was starting to get a little freaked out and just not enjoying the book as much as I probably would have, so I will try and read this again at some point during this year. Number 4 on my list of bookish resolutions is to just read a stack of books that has been on my shelf for years. I have had these 5 books for pretty much at least a year, maybe 2 for pretty much all of them. And I just need to get to them because I know I will love them. So I hope you guys don't shoot me for not having read these, but let's just go through them. So, I haven't read this book, guys, and it's a problem. This is, if you don't know, this is Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins, and everyone loves this book, and I've had this for, I think, a year and a half maybe? I don't know why I haven't read it. I know I'm going to love it and read it really quickly in like one sitting and just sit in my bed and just zoom through the entire thing, but for some reason I haven't read it yet, and I'm going to fix that this year, I promise. I also really need to read Rules of Attraction by Simone Alcaraz. This is the sequel to Perfect Chemistry. Perfect Chemistry I believe I read in 2012. I don't think I read it last year, I think I read it 2 years ago. But it was an amazing book, it's one of my all-time favorites, and I know that this series is just going to keep being awesome and amazing and fantastic, so I want to read the sequel. I really do. I also would love to get started on the Infernal Devices trilogy by Cassandra Clare, sorry. Dear Lord. This is the first book in the series, Clockwork Angel. I've had this one for a long time on my shelf as well, and I've admired the book for how beautiful it is, but I've never read it, so that's something I should probably work on. I do love the Mortal Instruments. I'm having a bit of trouble getting through the 4th one, but I do really love the way Cassandra Clare writes, and I have a feeling I will love this one even more than the original series because it takes place in Victorian London, and that's just awesome because it's history in the period that I love, in a city that I'm really interested in, and it's got magic and really attractive boys in it, so it should be awesome. Another sequel that I definitely want to try to get to this year is what is this called? This is The Magician by Michael Scott. This is the second book in the Secrets of the Immortal Nicholas Flamel series. The first book is The Alchemist, and not a lot of people talk about this series. I don't know why. It's really good. Well, the first book was amazing. This is a middle grade series, and it's kind of got magic elements and historical elements and mythological elements, and it's also just a really fast-paced action-y thriller. As much as it can be for a middle grade novel, but each novel takes place over the time period of, I think, 2 or 3 days, so they go by really quickly, and I've had this sequel on my shelf forever. I think this series is ending pretty soon. I think there's gonna be 7 books and the last one's coming out this year or something. I don't know, but I want to read this book super bad, so I'm going to. And then the very last book that I want to read this year very much, because the movie's already come out and I would have loved to have seen it, except I wanted to read the book first, and I have that problem often, but it's The Book Thief by Markus Zusak. Again, everybody's probably going to want to hurt me for not having read this book yet. People just rave about how awesome and beautiful and perfect it is all the time, and I know that I'm going to love this book so much. I've just been so intimidated by the fact that everybody else loves it, and so I never read it, but that's a dumb reason. So I'm going to stop right now. Well, not right now, but like sometime in this year. So this year right now. And I will read this book. I promise. Pinky promise. Number 5 on my list of book-related resolutions is to make more videos for you guys. I feel like I make videos very rarely, and the videos I only ever make are book hauls, and those get kind of repetitive and boring after a while. Even though they're fun and exciting, I could be doing so much more. So my goal is to try and make at least 1 video every single week this year, or at least on average 52 new videos throughout the year. So I'm doing good so far, but it's also only 2 weeks into January, so I'm going to keep pushing myself and see what I can do. Number 6 on my list of book-related resolutions is to finish the novel that I'm writing. I started writing this story for NaNoWriMo, I think it must have been 2012. It's one of the stories that I've been extremely passionate about, and I've never written this much in a story that I've ever written in my entire life. I will be so proud of myself once I finish this book, and I have like the entire rest of the story planned out, and I know about how many words it's going to take me to get there. I'm just at a little bit of a rough patch in the story right now, and I think that's what's taken me so long to get through. But my goal is just to push myself through this really awkward point in the story and just finish it and kick it out by the rest of this year. One of my last bookish resolutions is to try to read or write every single day. I didn't read or write a lot in 2013, and I think the early parts of the year, once I was in my junior year and I started taking AP exams and getting a job, and that was just really stressful, and it was really depressing not being able to read or write, because it's such a liberating experience to me and it's super important in my life, and not having that as something I did every day was really hard on me, and I feel like trying to push myself to do it more often is just going to make me a happier and better person. So there's that. And my last bookish resolution, just to throw this out there, I really want to get a job at a bookstore this year. I'm hoping that over the summer between high school and college, I can spend 3 months working at Barnes & Noble. I talked to this lady that was there the last time I went in and told her about how I was 17 and I really wanted to work there, but you can't until you're 18. And she said that she would try and hold a spot for me during the summer months when they get a little bit busier, and I'm just super excited because I feel like that would be the most fantastic job, just to be around books and people who love books all the time, and it's just a good experience. I hope it will be anyways. But if that doesn't work out, there's also this really adorable indie bookstore near the college that I'm going to, and hopefully I can get hired there once I start term. So those are my bookish resolutions. If you want to keep watching, then I will tell you guys all about my regular resolutions. So my first regular resolution of 2014 is just to travel. I'm hoping to go on a road trip with one of my best friends this summer, so that's my main travel goal. I don't think anything else is happening, but there's that. Number 2, this is gonna be kind of a weird one, but my second resolution for this year is to get some piercings and tattoos. I'm gonna be turning 18, and I've been wanting to change some things up on my body for a little while, and I feel like it's a good time to do it. Nothing extreme, I just kind of want a little nose diamond and maybe to get my belly button pierced, and I have some Harry Potter and fandom related quotes that need to end up permanently marked on me, so that's just what I'm gonna do. So hopefully at the end of this year I can show you guys some of the ones that I got, and hopefully they will have turned out really well and I don't have any of those bad ink issues, because that's not cute. Number 3. One of my biggest resolutions this year is to catch up on Doctor Who. I love and adore this show so much. I have a poster of David Tennant on my wall, actually, in his 10th Doctor costume, and I have a TARDIS mug. I'm such a big fan of the show, but I have been so behind. I actually haven't seen the 4th, 6th, or 7th season, and it's just bad. Everyone else is already talking about Peter Capaldi, and I haven't even met Clara, honestly. It's a problem because I love this show so much, and I just need to spend more time watching it. I think I'm just avoiding it because I know that I'll want to watch like an entire season in one night, but still, it's not a good excuse. I will catch up this year. I will. Number 4 on my list of regular resolutions is to just spend more time cooking. I actually don't know if I've ever told you guys this, but I really do like to cook. It's kind of just fun for me, just following along with a recipe and then getting to enjoy the fruits of your labors, I suppose, but my goal is just to try and do it more often. My 5th resolution for this year is just to take better care of myself. Everyone wants to lose weight, that's their big New Year's resolution, but I'm not really interested in that. I think I'm fine where my weight is. I'm worried about trying to take better care of my skin and to maybe get some muscles built up and go for runs every couple of days. My stepmom runs all the time before she goes to work, and sometimes I might join her. I need to wear my retainer more often. Braces problems. No one ever actually wants to wear the retainer. I don't need my teeth to separate again, because that will not be cute and it will just cost more money to push them back together. So I don't need to do that. Yeah, I think it's just a good year to not really change myself, but just to make sure I can build myself up from what I already am, if that makes any sense. I hope it makes sense to you guys, because that's what I'm going with. And then my very last resolution, which was one of my biggest resolutions last year and it worked out really well for me, was just to try something new. I feel like I tried a lot of new things last year and some of them worked out really great for me, and I met some new people and tried some new things that I love, just like if it was hobbies or books that I don't normally read or foods that I never thought I would like. A lot of them are just experiences that changed, I think, who I am as a person, and I'm really excited about 2014. I hope you guys are as well. Let me know what your New Year's resolutions are down in the comments, and if you've read any of these books or have other suggestions for books that you would like for me to get to in this upcoming year. Any video suggestions that you have, let me know. Also, if you guys want to find me on my other social websites, all the links will be down there as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!